Breaking news! A major shakeup could be on the horizon for the Baltimore Ravens, one that nobody saw coming this soon. A figure once doubted, now praised, might be inching closer to a dramatic exit that would leave a massive void in the heart of the defense. The surprising part? It's not a player, it's the mastermind behind Baltimore's defensive resurgence. What's really going on behind closed doors? And could this be the last year we see him in purple and black? But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens!" I want to see the flock in full force in the comments. Let's dive into the full story. Zach Orr, Baltimore's defensive coordinator heading into his second year at the helm, is generating serious national buzz, and not just for his role in building what could be the league's top defense. Bleacher Report recently released a list of coordinators who might be ready to make the leap to head coach after the 2025 NFL season, and among familiar names like Joe Brady, Brian Flores, and Steve Spagnuolo was the Ravens' very own 33-year-old defensive mastermind, Zach Orr. That's right, after just one season as DC, Orr's name is already in the mix for a potential head coaching job. That's a massive leap for someone who was coaching inside linebackers just a season ago. But here's the twist. This meteoric rise is both a testament to his success and a potential headache for the Ravens. Orr's first season as a coordinator started rough. The Ravens' defense gave up 25.3 points per game in the first 10 weeks. But the turnaround in the final stretch was nothing short of jaw-dropping, just 16.3 points per game in the last 8 weeks. That's nearly a 10-point improvement. Yardage allowed plummeted by 100 yards per game. That's not just improvement, that's transformation. And the catalyst behind that change? Zach Orr. And let's be real. Back in October, fans and analysts alike were calling for his job. The phrase "fire Zach Orr" echoed across fan forums. But credit where credit is due, he adapted. He grew. He learned. That evolution is rare to see, especially at the coordinator level in the NFL. It wasn't just scheme, it was personnel decisions. The shift from experimenting with Eddie Jackson and Marcus Williams to fully embracing Darius Washington as a key defensive piece changed everything. Washington, paired with Kyle Hamilton, brought a new energy and execution to the secondary that flipped the defense's identity. Still, as Orr is being praised now, the looming question becomes, is Baltimore just a stepping stone in his coaching journey? Bleacher Report emphasized how Orr has his fingerprints all over the Ravens' aggressive defense and understands the team culture inside and out. That deep connection is valuable, but it also makes him highly desirable for teams looking to rebuild their own cultures. This upcoming season, the Ravens' defense is stacked. With the additions of Jaire Alexander, first-round pick Malachi Starks, and second-rounder Mike Green, Baltimore could potentially field the most dangerous unit in the NFL. And yes, Orr's excitement over Starks was more than just lip service. After that pick, he ran through the draft war room, high-fiving every staffer in sight and shouting, "They messed up." That's how much he believed in Starks. He saw something special in the Georgia standout, and now he has him. With Green, who many believed was the best pass rusher in the draft, and Alexander bringing Pro Bowl pedigree, this defense isn't just improved, it's supercharged. These are cornerstone players, not just short-term upgrades. The Ravens invested heavily to give Orr the tools to dominate, and now it's on him to deliver. And with those expectations comes pressure, the kind that can elevate or break even the most promising coaches. So here's the big question for the flock. What happens next if Zach Orr leads this defense to elite status in 2025? Will Baltimore be forced to watch another rising star coach get poached by another franchise? Let's keep this going. There's no denying that Zach Orr's trajectory is steep, and that's where the concerns truly begin. Because if the Ravens' defense performs anywhere near what it looks capable of on paper, or won't just be a candidate for future head coaching gigs, he'll be at the very top of the list. And here's the uncomfortable truth for Ravens fans. When you build something great, other teams start knocking. That's why, despite all the excitement around the new defensive pieces, there's a looming sense of urgency. Baltimore might only have one more season with Zach Orr calling the plays. And with that ticking clock comes pressure, not just on Orr, but on the entire defense to execute at a level worthy of championship contention. Orr is only 33. That's incredibly young by NFL coaching standards. Most head coaches being hired today are closer to 44. In fact, if you remove the outlier of Pete Carroll from last year's hiring cycle, the average age of new head coaches was right around that number. Orr only started his first positional coaching role in 2021. Last year was his first as a coordinator. That means he's had just 1 year in that role, and yet he's already being viewed as a future leader of an NFL franchise. That's the power of reputation, and more importantly, it's the power of results. But it also raises a question, is one excellent second half of a season enough to crown someone as the next great NFL coach? or does or still have something to prove? For many, the answer lies in 2025. This is Orr's year to put together a complete season of dominance, and he has the talent to make it happen. Malachi Starks isn't just a promising rookie, he's a first-rounder who's already wowed the coaching staff with his athleticism, ball skills, and elite instincts. Mike Green, taken in the second round, is viewed by many as the best edge rusher in his class. He's the type of player who could change games immediately. And then there's Jair Alexander, a seasoned, two-time Pro Bowler who brings leadership, confidence, and shutdown ability to the cornerback room. So the Ravens aren't just hoping Orr turns things around. They're giving him every reason to succeed. They're stacking the deck, and they're doing it because they believe that Orr, despite his inexperience, is the right guy to maximize all this talent. But if he does, and if this defense performs as it should, the Ravens will find themselves in a very familiar situation, watching yet another coordinator get pulled away. Baltimore fans have seen this movie before. When your coaching pipeline is this good, it's only a matter of time before someone else comes calling. Still, not everyone is convinced that Orr is ready to make that leap yet. Some believe it's simply too early. He's young. He's only been a coordinator for a year. And despite the massive improvements in the back half of last season, he hasn't put together a full 18-week campaign of elite play calling. That's the next step. That's the challenge. And if he pulls it off, there's no doubt he'll be in the spotlight, whether Baltimore is ready for it or not. So what happens then? Do the Ravens fight to keep him in-house with a potential future head coaching opportunity of their own? Do they let him walk and try to continue their tradition of developing elite defensive minds from within? Or does Orr himself decide that staying in Baltimore is the best move for his long-term growth? We don't have those answers yet. But what we do know is this: 2025 could be the most pivotal year of Zach Orr's career. And that brings us to you, the fans. What do you think? Will Zach Orr deliver a full season of dominance and make his case as the next great head coach in the NFL? Or is this hype just a little too early? Let's talk about something that doesn't get said enough: how incredibly bright the future looks for the Baltimore Ravens. Sometimes, in the chaos of rumors, media noise, and league predictions, fans forget just how uniquely positioned this team is. And right now, this might be the most exciting time in years to be a Ravens fan. Think about it. You've got Lamar Jackson, an MVP-caliber quarterback entering his prime, fully bought into the Ravens culture, and more dangerous than ever with the pieces around him. You've got a wide receiver room that finally feels deep, explosive, and balanced. You've got leadership in John Harbaugh that keeps this team grounded while pushing for greatness. And defensively, this might be the most stacked unit in the entire league. Ravens fans should feel proud. Not every franchise has the vision, discipline, and consistency to build year after year the way Baltimore has. Other teams panic, overpay, or rebuild constantly, but not the Ravens. This front office, they're calculated. They draft with purpose. They develop talent the right way. And now, we're seeing the results. With stars like Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, and now Malachi Starks and Mike Green added to the mix, there's a youth movement in Baltimore that's not just built to win this season, it's built to dominate for years. And here's the thing.